Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Today, we are going to interview one of the most teacher in Pasay South High School, teaching values in education in grade 9. Sir Secusana. I know you are too busy today, but I'm really grateful that you gave me permission to have an interview with you.
Yes.
Can I now proceed
Please proceed.
to my interview, sir?
Good.
My topic, sir, is all about how teacher manage distance learning. The first one, how is your school delivering distance learning?
So, currently ang school natin sa Pasay City South High School, the way we deal with distance learning is we provide students an option to learn via online, which is yung Gmeet natin, and Google Classroom in particular. And another thing is we provide students with hard copy modules. And together with that, Google Classroom and hard copy ng modules, we try to communicate as well with the parents. And by that, namomonitor natin yung progress ng students, sino ang mga meron ng nasagutan, sino ang mga students na kailangan ng follow-up in order for them to understand, to fully understand yung subject na, like for example, quarter 1, ay kailangan maintindihan ng bata yung particular topic. By that process, nalalaman natin kung naiintindihan ng bata yung kanilang lesson, yung tinuturong lesson sa kanila.
Thank you for your wonderful answer, sir. For the second question, sir, how are you experiencing problem with its internet connection, sir?
Yes. Actually, isa sa mga pinakamalaking problema namin right now sa learning, distance learning, ang internet. And not only that, ang school, particular ng ating school ngayon, Pasay City South High School, ay area na kung saan maraming spot ang mahina ang internet connection. But the way we deal with it is somehow the school provides SIMs, and kumbaga, we have help from other people who is willing to provide us. Ang ating school gives free SIM to teachers and nagbibigay din ng loan. That way, ang teachers is maraming option to access the internet. So, meron din tayong internet sa ating sa bawat department ng bawat subject, and sa ganung paraan, mas nagiging malawak yung ating access sa internet. But sadly, even with a lot of options when it comes to accessing the internet, merong mga times pa rin na nahihirapan pa rin ang teachers sa ating internet. So it's one of the problem na kinakaharap ng mga teachers talaga ngayon in terms of learning, distance learning.
Yes, sir. Very well said, sir. The third one question, sir, is do you find teaching distance learning stressful?
Based on my own experience, I would say I had some difficult times in teaching my students. Especially one of those problems na encounter natin, like you asked kanina, may problem sa internet, is the one causing one of my difficulties in teaching. Not only that, I also have problems with our current situation right now. Nasa pandemic tayo. Difficulties brought by our situation nowadays also brings stress sa akin. Not only that, at some point we need to work at home, which is for me is not very convenient since ako mahilig akong pumasok talaga sa school, and I see na ang separation ng work and resting is nagiging malabo when you are working at home. So I would say in my final words, yes, I do feel more stressed at this time, more than nung time na pumapasok kami na normal yung lahat.
I feel this, sir. The second question, sir. How was your experience teaching distance learning as compared to face-to-face?
Yun, I would say, nung time na pumapasok kami, no, I would start sa nung time na pumapasok kami. Me as a teacher, no, I always have time, kumbaga mas nakakapag-focus ako. I guess I'm speaking for myself at this point because all the teachers have their own way of dealing when it comes to our work. But for me, mas nakapagtrabaho ako, mas nakapag-focus ang isip when it comes to work because this is a working environment. I see the school as a working environment. And compared to online, then nasa bahay kami, resting and working becomes difficult to me, has become very difficult for me to manage since there are times na even in our resting times na nagpapahinga kami, may mga nagchat-chat sa aming parents, may mga nagko-contact sa amin to accomplish such files, to pass mga deadline na work. So I would say pretty much in comparison sa face-to-face at saka sa online, marami ang nabago. Yung mga pagbabago na yun brought about yung mga stresses talaga namin, yung mga teacher. I guess it goes for all of us.
For the next question, sir, are you enjoying teaching your student remotely, sir?
I would say hindi naman nawala yung aking enthusiasm when it comes to teaching. Though there are difficulties nga, like I said, never ko nakita na ang pagtuturo ay hindi masaya para sa akin. The way that I see my students learning and reflecting yung natutunan nila from me is probably a reward that I can get from all of this, no? I guess yun pa rin ang pinaka, as a teacher, yun pa rin ang pinaka gusto namin makita sa student. Na when natututo sila, and they can, especially values education is all about using yung knowledge na natutunan nila sa subject ko sa kanilang actual life. And seeing them use yung mga bagay na naturo ko in their actual life makes me feel happy. So yun ang aking pinaka dun. I feel happy when my students use the teachings that I taught them sa kanilang actual life.
Thank you for your wonderful answer. And for the next question, sir, what kinds of response have you got so far from your students, sir?
So far, no, most of them have different response when it comes to situation natin. Most are thriving because may mga student na mas namamanage daw ang time nila. There are students who are having difficulties. But all in all, itong mga changes na to that brought about by the situation and yung mga reaction nila, response nila sa aming situation ngayon, as teachers, we guide them. Now, whatever responses they have, we guide those responses to be productive. And when I say being productive, we guide them to be better, to rise up to the situation. So, doon sa part na yun, it is still part of the teacher, o kumbaga on the part of the teacher, to guide whatever man ang maging responses ng bata to be productive. So, that is my answer to that.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful answer. So, the next question, sir, how well could you maintain a work-life balance while teaching remotely, sir?
Here in Pasay City South High School, no, the principal, the management has offered a lot of seminars in how the teacher could cope with the situation right now, especially with stress. So, in so many ways, we have achieved, we have learned so far in how to manage yung mga simple ways in how we could cope up sa aming situation. I pretty much, I do believe that the teachers slowly but surely are being equipped, to face challenges of today's learning on distance learning. And my final thought on that is that I see the teachers being groomed, and from 2 years from now, or 3 years from now, I see teachers being ready and equipped to face the challenges that distance learning is giving us. So I believe we need equipment teachers eventually. But now there are difficulties talaga. It can't be helped.
Very well said, sir. The other question, sir. How important is the role of technology in distance learning, sir?
Very, very important. Kasi, una sa lahat, walang means ang teacher and student to really meet face-to-face. And technology, cellphone in particular, na kayang i-access ng mga students is very important. Very important. No? Kasi ito yung pinakamagiging means natin not only to communicate, but to as a tool for teachers, new tool for teachers to teach. Kasi some of the students who are not well off when it comes sa financial aspect can only access cellphone and not laptops like this. So, it is very important. Kasi ang Facebook natin ngayon, marami nang ino-offer na mga function like messaging, video call, even simple call or text. Kaya na natin gawin lahat sa cellphone. And those options that I've mentioned are very important in how we build the student, how we build yung interaction namin, not only with the student, but their parents. No? We can set a meeting with the parent regarding their progress, regarding sa grades ng mga bata, and it's very important. So, my final thought on that, technology helps greatly in teaching when it comes to distance learning.
Very well said, sir. For the other question, sir, generally speaking, how helpful have parents been while supporting their children to distance learning, sir?
Well, I would say there are mixed reaction or mixed I would say yung mga parents may mixed reaction sila dyan. Some parents are very helpful in terms of helping their students answer the modules to a point na even they would parang stand as a teacher themselves in answering the questions, the modules. Some parents who are not very knowledgeable when it comes to the topics being discussed sa modules are having difficulty assisting their sons, their daughters in answering the modules. So, mix ang nagiging reaction ng parents when it comes to that. No, some are having difficult time, though they are trying. Some parents are doing a great job in helping the students, and most of them who are being guided by the parents have great or have high grades, no, and we are very happy to see. But for those parents who are having a hard time guiding their students, this is where we as teachers help the parents as well. Now we set up, we establish good communication not only with students, like I said, but with the parents. So in this way, we build a community, no, na magiging sandalan ng mga parents at ng mga students para magkaroon tayo ng magandang learning process. Ang bata maraming access sa knowledge, not only from their teachers but from their parents as well. So, and the parents and the teachers work together to provide a better education for the students.
Sir, for the other question, sir, are you student learning as much how as they were before switching to distance learning, sir?
I would say at this point, like I said, we're still having difficulties. But these difficulties can be overcome in time, I do believe. And we must learn. For me, I keep learning, no, sa mga bagay na do's and don'ts and things that are not working and is working. So by this, I do believe that it is a process of development. Our current system today, when it comes to distance learning, is still new. No? This is, I believe, 2 years pa lang tayong ganito ang setup. So, I would say the teaching in the Philippines when it comes to distance learning can still improve. No? Like kung paano ginawa ng mga teachers, paano sila nag-grow sa kanilang teaching when it comes to face-to-face. It is same with how we deal sa ating distance learning. Teachers are still learning new things. Students as well are learning new things and how we operate when it comes to distance learning. So I would say we are still in a developing stage at this point.
Thank you for your wonderful thoughts, sir. For the last question, sir,
Yes, go ahead please.
how do your school help you teach distance learning? And how can your school support you further, sir?
So as for the school's effort in helping the teachers, we are being provided with laptops coming from the City Hall. They coordinate the things that we need, especially yung mga mask namin, yung mga alcohols that we need to sanitize our hands. All of those are being provided sa amin to be prepared sa aming situation ngayon. And right now, may mga programs pa rin being held to continue to support teachers and to equip teachers to be fully prepared and to continue to improve their skills in this setting. So I do believe that the school, Pasay City South High School, is doing a great job.
Thank you for your wonderful thoughts, sir. Thank you for your time, sir. And thank you for sharing your thoughts and opinion about the topics that we have discussed in our interview. It's been a pleasure for me to have this opportunity. Again, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.